Hello guys, good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Adelola Shokoya here. It's good to be back here again to look at the market like we normally do at the beginning of a new week. As we enter this new week, it's good to look at what the market has been doing and what the market is likely to do. Well, one of the good things that helped me about in my trading journey so far for the past couple of years is the fact that I've learned to journal my trade. It's very, very important, for you to be able to keep track, what your trade is doing, especially if you are someone that trades trend, someone that also use price action. Like I always like to say, there's always the market always continue. Like as we as we are entering the weekend, anytime the market closes, it doesn't mean when the market opens again, your price is starting from the beginning. No, what you normally have is that you have a continuation of where price stops most times. So having said that, so let's look at the XY. Looking at the XY, like in my usual manner, I love to look at the XY because till today the dollar is still the most traded currency in the world. So it's very important to look at it because most times, whatever happens to the dollar, it affects a lot of other currencies around the world. All right, so I want to say that. So the DXY has been trending strongly upwards, since a couple of weeks since we bottom here. If you've been following me, remember, we look at when DXY bottom at this point at 99.7 thereabout, and so far ever since we moved on, significantly. I think we bottom here around this was in July, July this year. So then we moved on till September. We're still pushing up. So actually, I expect the dollar, index to still push up further, probably to this point at 105. This is the major, the 105 spot is, as you can see, we have like different obstacles around this area. This is one, this is two, this is three. That's about the triple tops that we have around there that the dollar index is going to battle with. All right, because the last time we came up to this point, this was in March this year. That was when we came all the way down. All right, so this is a very significant point. If you have some trading in dollar index, you want to keep your eyes, around this area, around 105.56. All right, so if we go to check it on the weekly time frame, you see that the momentum is still very strong to the upside. The last candlesticks last week, last week that just ended, we closed, above this resistance. Remember last week that we spoke about this resistance, and I was saying I'll be, watching out for this resistance. Although we have to pull back a little pullback during the week, but we ended the week with a breakout. I mean this candlestick, this new candlestick for the week, pardon me, and we, started, very strong form, and then we ended out with a very strong bullish candle that push out from this resistance. So the next, like I said earlier, the next point of call for price for this for the dollar index will be around 105.65. So you want to be very careful if you're in a buy position, right? So I would say that let's check what gold has been doing also. So we saw that gold, had a pullback, this last week, and then we've been trending downwards. I strongly believe that we'll have we actually have some challenges around there with this. Pardon me, let me withdraw this. That's not rightly okay. Yeah, I think okay. So if you can break this trend line, so we'll be pushing further down, probably to this. The next point of call will be this support around 1,905, 1,904. So if you can take out this support, then our next point of support will be around 1,886. But for me, if I'm trading gold, I won't jump on a sell until I see probably a break of this trend line. All right, I'll wait for a break of this trend line. Okay, before I can push it, take a sell. Or, sometimes, I'll look for a pullback, because if you look at this spot, there's a support there. That price has been battling for some time, and for some couple of days. On Wednesday, it came there and went back from a bullish candle, and then pushed further up on Friday before it came back again. So if you go to the 4-hour time frame for gold, we see that this support has been holding steady for some time. Price has been bouncing off this support. So you want to wait for a break Always don't forget that, like I always say, I've said so many times on this channel, you want to avoid selling at support and buying at resistance. All right. It's better you wait for a pullback, okay, and then sell, or you wait for a breakout and then retest and then sell. All right. So I would say that let's see what Bitcoin has been doing. Bitcoin has been bouncing off this support for some time now. Let me pull back, go down this. As you can see that, Bitcoin is still sitting on our support, the one we identify around 25,000, 25,000 plus. Around, let's say 25,000. We saw a very strong bounce. I think this was on Thursday. And then, I heard people saying that Bitcoin is going. I say this is just a bounce. It's just we're still going to come down. I was telling somebody that no, we are not going up yet. I've not said Bitcoin is not ready to shoot up yet. All right. So, but as long as this bounce, this support holds, don't forget that when we're raging around this area, I was saying that if you read this support, we will push further down. And when we broke it, we range around this area too. There was a minor support that we dealt with, for some time. I'm on a daily time frame. So if you count the number of candlesticks, it's almost up to 20. So for 20 days, we are bouncing off the support. So the same thing is happening around there. So, and this is looking like, because this is looking like we're going to have another, structure that will be, because this structure has already been, like this area, we have this has been broken, support has been broken here. So this support is looking very heavy. We are likely to break to the downside, we are likely to break to the downside for Bitcoin also. It's looking heavy that way. So the first point of call is will likely come here around 24,000. Any break of this 24,000 will see us go further down, 21,000. But the way I trade Bitcoin, like I always say, I use Bitcoin as an alternative asset, as a trading, as an edge against inflation, against paper money. So for me, what I normally do is I just do this here. I don't normally bother my head about what's going on, what Bitcoin is doing, because historically, if you look at what Bitcoin is doing, a year before halving, I think I've explained this over. We always have these pullbacks, which is an opportunity for smart investors, smart traders to open. Because after Bitcoin halving, what we normally have what's known as a supply shock, where supply is cut in half. So, and of course, economic 101 tells us anytime supply is reduced, demand's price, sorry, and demands remain the same. Anytime you have shorter supply and demands remain the same, or there's more demands, that means when demand is higher than supply, price goes up. So Bitcoin has been doing that consistently for the past 12 years. So, and I don't expect next year to be different. So, what normally happens is that price a year before halving is next year, Bitcoin halving is next year. What normally happens a year before, you have, Bitcoin crash, and then form a bottom and then start shooting up, all right, and form a new high. So it's been consistent like that from history. So, and I've been following Bitcoin, for some time now, and that's the way I've been trading Bitcoin. I wait for when it crashes and I buy, in bits and pieces and stack up my sats. All right. So I would say that let's go to pounds USD. For pounds USD, remember last week I was saying that that I'm expecting this trend. That's why I didn't take away this trend, because I mentioned it last week. That if you break out of this, and if you're in our signal group, on our Telegram group, that reminds me, if you're not on my Telegram group, you're missing a lot. I'm going to be dropping the link, in the description below. Ensure you join us. I think it was on Monday we took a trade for sell trade when the market opened after, I think, during New York session. I think I was in that trade till Wednesday before I came out. So, and price still keep coming down. It breaks this support, this trend line. There was a retest and then we keep pushing down. So for pounds USD, the way it is right now, I'll be expecting price to contest this place. All right, but on to contest 1.23873 on Monday, I will be standing on my hand to see what market will do for pounds USD. I actually expect a pullback. If you go to the 4-hour time frame, you will be able to see what I'm saying. So I expect a pullback for pounds USD. I won't, come down this much. I expect a little pullback for pounds USD to come and test this um resistance, this support that's not on resistance at 1.2487, to come test it. So we are likely to have something like this, a pullback, and then we continue that downtrend. All right. So I'm expecting for that pullback, and then once I see a proper pullback and I see that price continue that trend, I'll be jumping on sell again. But for me, I still feel pound USD still have a lot of downsides to go. All right. I would say let's check Euro USD. I'll be rounding up now. I don't want this video to be too long. I think Euro USD is almost the same. It's also we're breaking this pattern trend line to the downside. So the next point of call for price around 1.06. All right. So, and like I said, Euro USD is also heavy to the downside. If you look at the weekly time frame, we'll see that we ended this past week in a very strong bearish, using a very strong bearish candle. All right. So, like I said, some couple of weeks ago, that the trend for Euro USD has always been Euro USD and pound USD. If you look at it, has been down. If you want to look at it really, that trend has been all we have here on the, or if we let's go to the monthly time frame, we'll see properly. We'll see properly on the monthly. As you can see on the monthly time frame, the trend we had it down. You see. So so this push up is actually a pullback. So for me, I feel from now to the end of the year, we should be seeing we'll only be seeing minor pullback within this range that we are in. We're seeing minor pullback and then further crash. So we are likely to come test this, if let me expand this a little bit. So we are likely to come test between now and the end of the year for Euro USD. We are likely to come test the support around 0.96. Because if you look at the trend has been down for years. I think we formed this resistance in 2008, and ever since price has just been doing pullbacks. If I do this, as you can see, price has just been doing pullbacks. I'm checking this on the monthly time frame. You see that it's just been doing pullback, and each time you pull back, it forms a lower low, and that's what, and that's the characteristics of bearish trend. Okay, that's actually the characteristics of bearish trend when you have lower low and lower high. All right. I discuss all this in my course, and traders above Forex Mastery course. If you have not bought the course, I'm dropping the link in the description below. Ensure you get it. Doesn't matter your level of trading, whether you're a pro or whether you're just starting out. I discuss everything you need to know. How you can get started if you're a newbie, how you can get started and start trading, and how you can start becoming profitable as a newbie. If you have been trading for a while and you have not been profitable also, and that course is also designed for you. Doesn't matter your level of trading, whether you trade stocks, whether you trade Bitcoin, whether you trade crypto, whether you trade gold, whatever you trade, whether you trade currency, that course, it's geared in such a way that anybody can actually take that course and be successful. All right. So having said that, let's quickly look at what our pound JPY is doing. Pound JPY, we actually, if you remember last week, we talked about this strong support that we've been battling, that we have been battling for God knows when, for weeks. This is the first week. I'm actually on the 4-hour time frame. You see the first week, the second week, the third week. I think there's a fourth week that we're battling the support, and we came to this support to test it, and then we form we bounced off. You can see this week, or what some people call sweep. So we have this sweep, on this support around 183. So and then we bounced up. I took a buy around there on Friday when I saw this on Thursday night when I saw this support. I jumped on this trade and I came out around this area where I have my where I have this minor resistance. So I actually tomorrow what I'll be looking off towards to on Monday is see a pullback, and then we continue to the upside. All right, I'll be looking for that pullback, and then I'll jump on a buy. All right. So for the JPY index, generally, like I said, I've been saying this for a couple of weeks. The JPY index has been very, very bearish. If you quickly go there as we round up, you see what I mean. You see that. So, and that's why you see that every JPY pairs like pounds JPY, euro JPY, AUD JPY, CAD JPY has been, has been pushing over, has been very bullish. If you look at the JPY index, it has been down. So I expect price to come out likely test this probably this week. And if we have a break of this support, it's going to it's really bad for JPY index, because this is actually a new territory. This area is a new territory for JPY index. Price has never come there before. If you go to the monthly time frame, you will notice that we don't have any history for JPY index below that price region. Below this price region, this area, we don't have any. Price. This is a new territory. So if we successfully break this support, and this price successfully break this area, and we close below in this support, that means we'll be forming new support, and that will be very dangerous for the JPY index. But that will be good news for all the other JPY pair like GBP and Euro JPY. All right. So thank you for watching this video. I'll be seeing you in my next video. All right. Have a beautiful trading week. Bye.